Welcome to Moments with Marianne. This is your host, Marianne Pastana. And we're here today with special guest, Tom Paladino, who's here to share with us the healing energies of Scalar Light. So last month, we spoke with Tom Paladino, and I was so intrigued with the research and work he's doing with scalar energy that I had to have him back on the show for another discussion. In quantum physics, it's well established that all matter and energy are interconnected, and at the smallest scales, everything can be described as vibrational energy. At the quantum level, particles exhibit both particle-like and wave-like properties, and these waves represent the vibrational aspects of energy. Einstein was even quoted saying, "We are not solid beings in a material world. We are vibrational beings in an energetic universe." So with all this in mind, perhaps there's an alternate way of looking at healing. And today, Tom Paladino is going to share with us just that. So welcome to the show, Tom Paladino.
Thanks, Marianne. It's great to be back.
Oh my goodness, what an honor it is to have you here and to talk about this. I have to tell you, this is a game changer. I tried the 15-day trial. I've signed up. What a great experience this has been. And for those that maybe didn't catch our last discussion, can you share what Scalar Light is?
Yes, I work with energy, scalar energy or scalar light. This is not electricity. This is a new branch of physics. Some people call that quantum or zero-point energy. Behind me are zero-point energy instruments. So this is the energy of the sun, the energy of the stars. We're actually able to capture that energy now and direct it and work with people and animals through their photograph.
Well, thank you for sharing the layman's terms with us on that. I understand you're the only person with this type of equipment in the world. Can you share a little bit about that with us?
That's correct. These instruments are custom built, so my approach is quite unique. Now, you've heard of the great scientist Nikola Tesla. He was the first man, in my estimation, who was able to harness scalar energy. And very few people thereafter have been able to develop instrumentation to harness the energy and then to direct it, to actually have it applied in a meaningful fashion. Well, I've done that in the past 50 years of my research. I'm able now to apply this energy in a very meaningful fashion. And in so doing, I can improve what I call quantum health in both people and animals.
Well, on your website, you talk about how it enhances our spiritual and energetic state of being.
Yep.
So, what does that mean?
That's a great question. When I speak of that, it all really boils down to the common denominator of light, which is a first principle. It's a cause of nature. And this instrument behind me can control that light and download that light into a person. Now, let me explain. The instrument is now functioning behind me. And if we're able to enhance our well-being, we should be able to enhance our spiritual, our mental, our emotional, our physical well-being. Why would I make such a statement? Well, it's not me as the operator. Rather, the energy is self-directed. The energy is self-governing. I firmly believe the energy is divine energy. So when I make that statement about scalar energy, it really is God. It's the creator who's healing through this life force energy that I work with. These instruments, again, are quite unique in that we can capture the energy of the sun and the stars, and then we can download that into what I call the aura or the quantum field of a person.
I find that so fascinating on how this works. So, when you are working with somebody, what is it that you need to get started?
Working with these instruments, once again, it's not electricity. People will email me a photograph. Now, let me explain. A photograph has energy attached to it, scalar energy. If I were to place my photograph inside that instrument, my aura or my quantum field would experience the energy. So it's an energetic downloading, or it's a communication of scalar energy. Now, you can only accomplish that with a scalar energy instrument. You can't accomplish this with an electrical instrument. So if we are now having, if you will, a computer talk through our computers, we can share information, we can communicate. I can likewise communicate by way of a photograph. through a scalar energy instrument, my photograph has a light signature. There's energy, my energy on that photograph. And this is how I access a person through the light field or the quantum field. It's certainly not a physical process. It is all energetic. So if you will, once again, I can access a person's spirit or their quantum field, or what some people call the aura. That's the new science of scalar energy, accessing a person's aura through a photograph.
It seems that over the years that this direct connection between us and energy has been proven in so many different ways. I mean, we look at the research of Dr. Emoto and his study with water crystals and how we can have this direct link to affect the changes in the shapes of these crystals. And that can happen because everything is energy. And then we look at your research around scalar energy to be such this dynamic piece for healing that many people are experiencing. So let's break this down a little bit more. You have our photos. So how does this work with the machines that you created and developed to help us energetically heal from different ailments?
Okay. So again, I only use photographs. I use a photograph of a person, and I will use a photograph of a microbe. This is a bacterium, Staphylococcus epidermis. Now, this is typical for skin infection. Working in the quantum field, I only work with photographs. I don't work with actual people. What would I do? In this case, I would match up. I would have these two photographs communicate, and I would place both of these photographs inside the instrument. So my photograph is now communicating with this bacterium, Staphylococcus epidermis, which is a bacterium responsible for skin infection. If I were to place these two photographs inside the scalar energy instrument, there's a download of energy in which I can shine light from Staphylococcus epidermis into my quantum field. So you can see if this instrument is strong enough to illuminate a light bulb, it's also strong enough to communicate those two force fields. Now, what is the upshot? If I were to have this bacterium, Staph epidermis, this arrangement would not only seek out, identify Staphylococcus epidermis, but would remove it, would eradicate it from my energy field or the information field. So the information of these two photographs shares, and it allows me to eradicate a bacterium.
I find that so fascinating that you have worked all this out, and my goodness, what a great era we live in that this is available for us now. Does this also work for people, let's say, if they are overweight and they're dealing with weight issues? Can they use this?
Yes, yes. I have a program that we call natural foods. And if you will, I'll explain. I take photographs of food. This is a photograph of lettuce. And I would match that up, if you will, to my photograph. And hence the two force fields will communicate with one another. So I'm downloading nutrition, energetic nutrition into me, into a person. What does that do? Well, it provides nutrition that I need, but it also will suppress my appetite. I receive my nutrients, my food from energy. I don't have to consume. There are no calories obviously involved with a photograph. So this is the new way of overcoming eating by downloading a nutrient into my quantum field. Now, I've experienced this myself, and I've been able to suppress my appetite by downloading food into my quantum field. I am no longer hungry.
That's really interesting how that works. So we're really using this energetic system in order to communicate with our bodies better.
That's correct. And it's all done by way of light. There's no chemical involved. Hence, there's no chemical die-off. There's no chemical overdose. We're working with light, with information, and nothing can go wrong. Light never makes a mistake. So my process is, if you will, mistake-proof. Why? I don't act. I'm not the actor. The action is all by way of light. Light is fundamental. Light never makes a mistake.
So that just opened up a lot of questions that I have for you. Why don't we start here? So, can this work for things like addiction? Because, gosh, there's so many people that are suffering with different types of addiction today.
Yes, yes. Well, once again, I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to hold in my hand a light bulb, and you see how this light bulb, it's in its factory packaging. It's in a plastic packaging. It will illuminate under the influence of scalar energy. Well, imagine that type of energy going into my 7 chakras or my brain waves. What's the point? If I can illuminate a light bulb, then I should be able to illuminate the mind. And we've seen that in some people. What we have is called the chakra balancing. For 1 hour a day, I illuminate, if you will, a person's brain waves in their 7 chakras. Now, the upshot is many people say they're happier. Some people say that they're less inclined to drink alcohol or take drugs. In general, people say their mental clarity is enhanced. All of that is by way of a light balancing. Energy going into our brain waves, energy going into our chakras, into our psyche. It's corrective energy. And hence, many people say they are able to give up drugs or alcohol, or they no longer hold on to a phobia or to a bad habit. So we can correct behavior with light. I want to make that very clear.
That's absolutely remarkable how that works. So when we look at scalar energy, or as you call it, scalar light, is that energy a divine intelligence?
It has to be. Why? This energy powers the sun and the stars. And if you look at the billions of galaxies, you have to start asking yourself, where does that energy come from? All of the starlight, every star is illuminated. Why? What is the cause of that light? It has to be God. God provides illumination for the stars.
And so with that energy and the light, you're just refocusing and redirecting it in a way that will benefit the human body?
That's correct. That's correct. I am taking the energy of the stars and then downloading that divine energy into a person. Keep in mind, it's not an electrical instrument. It's not a magnetic instrument. The key is in the instrumentation. This instrument controls a different spectrum of energy. Scalar energy is not electricity, and hence the results are quite different. So with this new chapter of physics, scalar physics, we're going to see so many health benefits to be derived working with this pure energy, this divine energy.
Now, I know you talk about scalar energy being a double helix.
Mm-hmm.
Can you share that with us?
Yeah, there have been some photographs of scalar energy, and it always is photographed as a double helix, which gives rise to the notion probably scalar energy is the cause of our double helix, our DNA. Well, what do I mean by that? If scalar energy is a divine motif, if it's a divine imprint, then that divine imprint downloads itself into our DNA. Our DNA molecule is a double helix. And it appears to me that would theorize, if we would play that out, that stands to reason. What gives rise to DNA, our, if you will, our intelligence, our life molecule? Why are we alive? What sustains DNA? It's the energy of the stars. We are composed of that starlight, that divine light that creates DNA that gives us life.
So I know you have a free 15-day trial that people anywhere can try out. They don't have to give a credit card to do that, something that they can immediately use and do for free. What does that look like when they do that? They send you the email you their photo, and then what happens from there?
Yeah. We always upload a photograph at the end of the day on a collage, somewhat like that. So your photograph is placed on a collage, and we then take the collage and place it in the instrument. For 1 hour a day, we will balance your chakras. The second hour, we will eradicate microbes. And the final 22 hours, we have a nutrient program, and I'll explain. I'm holding up in my hand a photograph of glutathione. For 22 hours a day, we work with nutrients in which we will download glutathione and other micronutrients into people by way of their quantum field. It's not a physical process, it's energetic. So for the remaining 22 hours a day, we assemble nutrients, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, amino acids, fatty acids, through energy. Hence, this is a safe way to download vitamins, minerals, antioxidants through energy into the quantum field. It's all done by way of intelligence. That's those are the three processes that we follow on a daily basis.
And then what can people expect either to feel or to experience during the 15 days?
When I first treated myself this morning, I felt my mouth was very clean. I did not have any biofilm on my tongue or my teeth. So the first thing that I experienced is a fresh breath, a lack of bacterial contamination. Throughout the day, then I'm working with people with nutrients, and that serves many times to suppress my appetite. I'm no longer hungry because I'm receiving the micronutrients that I need. And I also will be able to feel this pulsing energy through the chakra balancing. That is, when I'm working with the chakra balancing, I almost feel a sense of euphoria. The instrument is so strong, it's downloading this divine energy into my psyche. I feel happier. So take it as it comes. You really have to experience these sessions. This is groundbreaking. I don't think anybody in the world has this type of instrument, so nobody can really say that they have a comparable protocol to mine. I suggest people sign up for the 15 days for free sessions, and then you decide how you feel.
Well, I know I'm feeling great. I've been doing this, and increasingly since I started, because I've been keeping track, I didn't tell you this. I've been keeping track of how I'm feeling, and I've been feeling so much better every day that we've been going forward on these in this 15 days. And so I think for people, they'd be pretty amazed by just how that takes place when they start their own journey on this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's the proof is in the pudding, as we say, and many people will resonate with your statement. This is new. This is groundbreaking technology, and it always leaves its favorable mark. Why? Because energy cannot be interfered with. This is not a chemical process. This is not counseling. This has nothing to do with surgery. Energy never makes a mistake. These energy instruments will always provide sound quantum health benefits.
So I know you have different programs that you also offer beyond the 15 days. Can you share some of those with us?
Yeah, here's an example. Scalar energy will download itself by way of, say, a neurotransmitter. I'm going to hold up dopamine. Now, I am on this neurotransmitter endorphin program every day, and it makes me happy. It gives me a feeling of elation. Once again, I take my photograph and I match it up to dopamine. So dopamine is downloaded into my quantum field energetically. It's not a chemical. It's the information of dopamine that enters into my mind, my psyche, my, if you will, my non-physical aura. And because of that, I'm happier. And many people experience this feeling of elation. Can you imagine being on this program 24 hours a day? So from head to toe, your entire, if you will, quantum body experiences that information, happy information. Some people call dopamine one of the happy chemicals. And as a result, people say, yes, they're in a feeling of euphoria throughout the day.
I can see where that really happens and takes place for a lot of people. They're able to get to this place of just inner peace without having to, get the dopamine, the items that would typically bring us dopamine, like go eat something sugary or whatever it is that that will take them to that place.
Right, exactly. This is the easy way. This is the safe way. There's no sugar involved. There's no chemicals involved. You're working with light. Again, light is a first principle, and light energy will make us happy. Scalar energy will produce that feeling of elation.
Well, we have so many Americans right now that are having such a tough time, and we have actually people all over the world that are having such a tough time regarding weight.
Mhm.
And I understand you have a program for that as well. And I'd love for you to share that with us.
Yeah. Once again, I only work with photographs because photographs are a source of information. If I were to place this photograph, leptin, that has been shown to suppress the appetite, next to my photograph, we have once again a sharing of information. This is the fat metabolism program. I have various hormones, various antioxidants, various enzymes that are downloaded energetically into my quantum field. Leptin has been shown to suppress the appetite. And many people who go on our fat metabolism program tell us that they're no longer quite as hungry. Sometimes they can skip a meal. So the fat metabolism program serves to metabolize fat, but also download instructions to suppress your appetite.
It's so interesting that you bring that up because one of the things I noticed is that I would get full on smaller portions. I'd make my salad using the same salad bowl I use all the time, and my hunger's been decreased, and I would feel full sooner. And the only thing that's changed is now that I'm doing the Scalar Light.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. And this is what many people say. Receiving your nutrition through light, energy, you're no longer quite as hungry. Many people say they can skip a meal every day because of this. If you're receiving, for instance, folic acid, okay, vitamin B9 through a photograph and not having to eat folic acid to receive those calories, if you can have a download of light, that's what your body needs. And you don't have the caloric intake, and you can subsequently lose weight while you're on the scalar energy program. So my nutrition, my multivitamin is through instrumentation. I don't need a multivitamin. Now, I don't dissuade people from taking a multivitamin, but frankly, people don't have scalar energy instruments in their laboratory. I do. This is my protein shake. This is my multivitamin.
Well, you're definitely glowing, I'll tell you that. And for our listeners that are not seeing this, earlier, Tom held up a light bulb in a plastic container, not attached to anything, and his equipment will light that up, just getting it anywhere near. So it's fascinating how this all works, and it is very reminiscent of Tesla's work as well.
It is. So what's the point of illuminating a light bulb? It shows that there is free energy. My laboratory is filled with free energy to the point that I can hold a light bulb in my hand and the instrument illuminates that light bulb. That's the free energy of the sun and the stars. So eventually, we're going to, if you will, illuminate our homes, our offices with this free energy.
Well, I cannot wait for that to happen. I think that that is not coming soon enough, and thank goodness for just innovators like you that are bringing things like this to the forefront. Tom, where can our listeners go ahead and sign up for their 15-day free trial, be part of your community, and learn more about the other programs that you offer?
That's the key. We offer 15 days of free sessions. Scalarlight.com. That's spelled SCALAR. Scalarlight.com. The purpose of this is to prove to you through the 15-day free session that this works. Try it. You have nothing to lose. There's no obligation. You can send in your photographs of your pets if you want. A dog or a cat is really a good barometer to see just how effective this is.
Oh, that really gets me on another spot here. I mean, I even forgot to ask, like, our pets. I mean, we spend so much in pet healthcare. So is this something that can benefit our little fluffy, family members?
Yes, I have dogs, and my dogs are on the standardized session 24 hours a day, and they are microbe free, so to speak, germ free. They're healthy. They receive their nutrients from scalar energy. And I see not only improvement in people, but an improvement in animal health. Yes.
That's so exciting. Well, Tom, can you share your website with us one more time?
Sure. Sure. It's scalarlight.com, SCALAR. Visit the website, scalarlight.com. Tell your friends and family. I'd be happy to start working with 1 million people a day. Send in your photograph.
Well, Tom, thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show with us here today.
Always a pleasure. Thank you, Marianne.
Well, thank you, Tom. It has been such an honor to spend this time with you and to talk about Scalar Light, the new era of quantum healing. Learn how to enhance your spiritual and energetic state of being. Make sure to visit Scalar Light at scalarlight.com. That's spelled SCALAR light.com. And sign up for your free 15-day trial. At scalarlight.com, you can learn more about the other programs they offer. You can also learn about what Scalar Light is and more articles that you can read to further educate yourself on Scalar Light. I've signed up for the 15-day free trial, and I'm actually going to sign up one of our pets for the Scalar Light free 15-day trial right now, too. Well, on that note, we're going to pause here for a quick break. You've been listening to Moments with Marianne. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
If you want to stop divorce fast, you do not need to waste years in therapy. You do not need to work on yourself, and you do not even have to have your spouse on board. If your spouse wants out, if they're filing for divorce, separation, or having an affair, what you need is a proven process to turn your marriage around. Book a free breakthrough session with us at highthrivecoaching.com/apply.
Dr. Richard London, who has 25 years of experience being known as the Man of Steel with the Heart of Velvet, presents the Life Wellness System, The Road to Yes, a mentoring system that brings you to becoming a wellness heir. Imagine having wealth, wellness, love, peace, and spirituality in abundance and balance now. Visit doctorateoflife.com or call 720-213-8021 for a free 15-minute wellness evaluation.
Hi, this is Jana Wilson, author of Wise Little One, Learning to Love and Listen to My Inner Child, a best-selling prescriptive memoir in inner child healing. I'm also the founder of the Emotional Healing System. The inner child, simply put, is your feelings, both positive and negative. If you'd like to learn to love and listen to your wise little one, pick up my book at Amazon or visit my website at janawilson.com. It's never too late to have a happy childhood.
The first thing you need to know about me is that I love my kids, but they are not my everything. They used to be, but that's when my entire life fell apart. In order to pick back up the pieces, I had to put the love I have for myself before everything else, including my kids. I'm Jessica Dennehy, and I own multiple businesses. I'm a best-selling author, and I have all the strategies that I've used to make my life what it is today. And I'm going to teach you how to do them in my new book, Selfish is a Superpower. So go get your copy today on Barnes & Noble or jessicadennehy.com.
Announcing a revolutionary tool for wellness. Scalar Light has the ability to enhance and harmonize your own bioenergies. With Scalar Light, you can get started in just minutes and begin feeling better the very next day. Scalar Light is a remote energy that gently and subtly works with your own body's bioenergies, increases pro-cellular wellness, and enhances your body's immunity.
Experience the benefits of Scalar Light. Try a complimentary 15-day experience at scalarlight.com.
In your hands lie ancestral patterns. These patterns shape how you think, what you struggle with, and experiences you love, your life pattern. We're going into the latest neuroscience of biological hand analysis, a realm beyond palmistry where science and the soul entwine. Hand analysis is the latest method to transform lifelong patterns. I am Master Hand Analyst Brent Bruning. Join us and visit thepowerinyourhands.com.
Pandemonium. Fast forward 20 years. A U.S. president seizes control of all U.S. missiles, the power grid, the banking system, and every computer in America as he hides in an underground bunker. Pandemonium, a captivating sci-fi thriller where a hidden war, psychics, aliens, artificial intelligence, and transcendental love collide with the latest media technology. Pandemonium, live to all devices. Get your copy on paperback or digital. Free sample at getpsychic.org.
I'd like to thank Jason Eastwood at Guitarfulness for sharing his inspiring music and talent with us. His music is known worldwide for cultivating atmospheres of harmony, inner peace, and clarity. Visit Jason's website at guitarfulness.com. Join his newsletter, be part of his community, and download his music. Well, we're at the end of our time today. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. You've been listening to Moments with Marianne, where we make every moment count.
In a single moment, your life can change. Moments with Marianne is a transformative hour that covers an endless array of topics with the best of the best. Her guests are leaders in their fields, ranging from inspirational authors, top industry leaders, and business and spiritual entrepreneurs. Each guest is gifted and a true visionary. A recognized leader in her own work, and while teaching others to develop, refocus, and grow, Marianne will bring the best guest and sometimes a special surprise. Don't miss this. You never know just which moment will change your life forever. Make sure to tune in and visit momentswithmarianne.com for more information.